for one last time. We are here for one last ride. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs. Oh, how I've missed you all. Welcome to WIW One for the Road, a huge one-off event celebrating the greatness that was WIW, and you can't talk about the greatness of WIW without talking about this man, Big Willie. That's right, we are kicking things off with the Big Willie Open Invitational. We have absolutely no idea how many people will enter this Open Challenge, but Big Willie, always been one to accept all comers. One who may not look like your traditional wrestler at the start, but he is, if you go through the history books, one of the longest serving people, but also one of our strongest tenured WIW competitors. Went on a huge unbeaten run for a very long time. He was the longest reigning television champion, I believe a two-time television champion. He never got a chance to compete for that world title, but Big Willie was a staple of WIW, and one thing he loved to do was an open challenge. We have no idea, how many people will be entering into this matchup, but Big Willie has never been one to back down for a challenge, and I doubt that that'll start here tonight. So who is here and who is ready to open the challenge, open the show? This is a huge comeback show for a lot of these people. Some of these guys haven't wrestled in years. So some of them have been working elsewhere. Some of them have disappeared off the radar. But we'll see who has opened the challenge here tonight. Big Willie, waiting patiently to see who is making their way to the ring. Is anyone stepping up to the challenge? Maybe no one's ready to take on Big Willie. They remember what he was like in the past. Maybe that's just a fight that they're not ready to throw for. Oh my! Well, there's a challenge that I don't think Big Willie ever had to face, but it is one that he is facing now. The natural born thriller, Silent Jordan, returns to a WIW ring for the first time in 5 years. Now, Silent Jordan was someone who joined us relatively late into the WIW cycle. He was a Season 2 entry, and he has been a star-studded entry at that. Was a quick rising star, joined straight into the Mayhem brand, became a European champion very quickly, lost it to Rage, but was before he could get his rematch for the title. Unfortunately for him, WIW had closed down, but Silent Jordan, as some of you may remember, was actually a part of the last match in WIW's history when he took on the former world champion, Brad Skeens. So Silent Jordan knows his way around the WIW ring. He has that skill. He has that ability. We all know what he's capable of, and he's been still going, to my understanding. I haven't been quite as in touch with the other indie scenes that have been going around, but I know full well that he's been active. He's a star-studded man, and he's someone that Big Willie should worry about. Now, as much as I'd love to say it, ring the bell and let's go, we never know when it comes to these things. The last Big Willie Invitational, Insomnia, had a full ring, including people such as Homeless Man, ATM from the 2K franchise. Who knows who could enter this ring? And it looks like someone else is ready to answer the call, and it's another returning fan favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Dino D, a favorite of mine as well. Of course, had a legendary feud with John Cutter, which went all the way to Insomnia. Dino D was never one for title successes, unfortunately, but he was a star on the rise, and he was only looking to get better as the franchise went on. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep the franchise up and running for long enough to support the star that he is. From my understanding, the last 5 years have been a tough journey for this man, but we have nothing but love and respect for the work that he put into this brand, and we wish him nothing best for the future. Can he pull off a huge win here tonight against Big Willie and the rest of the competitors? We know that Dino D is always one to step up to the fight, never one to back down, but how will he fare in this matchup? See, a lot of the unknown here. We don't know who's stepping out. We don't know these combinations. I'm not even sure Big Willie has faced either of these two before, as they were both mainstays of the Mayhem brand, rather than the Fight Night one, and it does look like someone else is ready to step up to the challenge. Dino D and the natural born thriller, Silent Jordan, have answered so far, and who else? Oh my! Well, we've got Mayhem stars, we've got Fight Night stars, and now it's time for a bit of Revolution brand. DJ Assassin makes his way to the ring to answer the call on his return. Now, DJ Assassin, Some of you may not have watched the Revolution side of things, but if you haven't, please go back and watch the old Revolution show. It only went for that half season of season 2 because of the short shutting down. But one of the most entertaining parts of that show was the Party Express, which consisted of DJ Assassin himself and his former tag partner Johnny Entertainment. But with no sign of Johnny Entertainment so far, he may still enter the ring in this match. DJ Assassin coming here to throw his name into the caliber, and we have some Revolution people on the card tonight. We already know, of course, the Order of Merit and Nux will be in the show in that tag team showcase match a bit later on. Maybe some more Revolution stars to come, who knows? But a huge return for DJ Assassin, one of the first Revolution people on the show. He's a huge star, and let's hope he continues to be one here in this matchup. And it looks like the entrants are not stopping, ladies and gentlemen. Who else has answered the call? Another mainstay of WIW, someone who's been here for way longer in the brand than I remembered. But he's someone who is a top-tier talent, and some would even say that he was the real deal. Steve Miller is back in a WIW ring. Of course, when he first debuted, he went on a little bit of a rampage. He had a nice little 1 month, 2 month unbeaten streak. He was a real big deal, and he lived up to the nickname and the moniker of the real deal. He didn't quite hit the heights that I think he would have liked, but he was moving up the card, and he was becoming a staple of the brand. And you'll find that that's the case for a lot of these people. Unfortunately, WIW didn't stay open long enough to give people opportunities that they were looking for. But Stephen Miller, every opportunity he was given, he took with both hands, and he made it work. He's a mainstay WIW guy, and I am so happy to see him back in the ring. And whilst we're continuing through these, thank you everyone for coming back. Honestly, for me to be back in this commentary desk, for Blake Austin to be here later tonight, who I believe has a word or two for us later tonight. I don't know if that's the plan, if he's going to say something. I know he can be quite an emotional person, so we will see what happens there. But thank you all so much. It means the world that any of you wanted to come back. Never mind all of you that have watched the video, supported us, liked us on the Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. God, 5 years changes a lot, doesn't it? But thank you all for coming back. And thank you, Steve Miller, for making this even more entertaining. See, this is not your usual Big Willie Open Invitational, because this is a high caliber level of talent that is stepping up here. And rather than Insomnia, where you had the most random collection of people, this is a collection of top-tier WIW talent. Ooh, looks like Siler Jordan and Big Willie having a few words there. Bit of an exchange there. I wonder what that was about, but someone else is making their appearance. Now, you may remember him as the Burrow, Jake Griffiths. But as you can see there, Jacoba Coney has been his new moniker, but he still maintains himself as the Burrow, former Cruiserweight champion, on the lighter side of things, on the smaller side of things, but someone who's always had that killer edge. Of course, he was preaching the year of the Burrow, which was coming into fruition. He was racking up wins. He had an amazing tag match, I remember, not too long back into his run, and then, of course, went on to win the Cruiserweight Championship. He's someone who we know has a talent and a gift for wrestling, and it's great to see another well-known established name in WIW making their return. And I'll tell you what, Big Willie must be getting a little nervous here. I'm hearing now in my earpiece here from the backstage area that this is going to be an elimination match. So pinfall and submissions will be the order of the night. And these are top tier competitors. Some of them have been former champions of the brand. So it's about now whether Big Willie is able to keep up with that competition. Does he still have the legs to handle this many people and this level of talent? Because this is a huge step up. Jake Griffiths, of course, quite the size difference between him and Big Willie, but he's never let that size slow him down. One of the top tier cruiserweights in our cruiserweight division. And you can hear the crowd, they're reacting crazy to everyone tonight. They're just happy to see all of these guys back in a WIW ring, and I tell you what, so am I. This is going to be one hell of a way to start off with. Of course, we've got one hell of a card for you tonight. The returning rivalries of Mason Foster and Brad Skeens, they will be colliding in the ring, and that is going to be an epic matchup. The 2 out of 3 falls tag match to settle the beef between the Wolfpac and the Linebacks, that will be happening later tonight as well. Of course, the massive tag team showcase match Merritt and Nux are the Order. The Death Ninjas, trying to remember all the teams now, off the top of my head. The returning League of Gods, and many more to come in that match as well. We're trying to remember the final team, as it looks like we have another familiar face walking down to the ring. The League of Gods, the Death Ninjas, the Order, and the Ace of Hearts, the former tag champs, is who I was trying to remember. But I could barely hear over the sound of the former James Rowley, now known as the Commander. Now, James Rowley isn't one with a storied history in WIW. However, he was one of the very first participants in our former Road to Glory series. And correct me if I'm wrong, which I might be because it's been a while since I've brushed up on my WIW history. He was a former winner of the WIW tournament. Someone who wanted to continue and push on, and it's so great that he came back to celebrate the greatness of WIW. How many more? I don't even know what number we're at now. I'm just hearing a lot of explosions in my ear. The pyro is stepping up for these people. Oh my good lord. Well, I tell you what, the arena may be smaller than you remember, but the pyro budget seems to be as good as it always was. Good lord. Quite the firework display. But who do we owe this firework display to? Oh boy, another Revolution returnee. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure this man needs no introduction to you people who stick around in the community. Maybe not myself, but someone who is a franchise name across all of the community. Someone who has probably helped you out once in a while. It is the hero himself, James Frost. A huge return. Someone who didn't get his due, in fairness to him, in the WIW brand. Someone who was started in Revolution, but didn't get his chance to move up the totem pole quite as quickly as he would have liked. But he is here tonight to put his name into the ring, up here with some of the greats of WIW. And for what would be first time ever matchups. Huge pairings here. The possibilities, the matches that we've never seen before, matches that we would never have even thought happened. And that is the goal of tonight, not only just to rekindle some legendary WIW rivalries, but also to celebrate and showcase the level of talent that we had. WIW at its peak had anywhere between 150 to 200 wrestlers split across 3 different brands. These guys didn't always get the time to showcase their stuff, but they are true troopers. And for James Frost, someone who is well known in the community, this is a huge chance to step up and on WIW's last night, step up and be the hero that we know he is and the one that he claims to be. Well, there's 8 in the ring now. I can't imagine any more, but you never know. How many more? Could we get 10, 20 down here? Who knows? Well, it looks like the refs had enough of waiting because the bell rings and away we go. Oh, I've missed saying that. Guys, as we get underway here, I just want to say thank you. I missed you all so much. I missed commentary. Honestly, it's been so long since I've had to commentate on a wrestling show. And now we're back in a WIW ring, which I never thought we'd get to do. And if even for the one night only, that sucks. Unfortunately, though. But at least we get to go out with a bang. And some interesting pairings out the gate. Remember, this is elimination, so pin and submission rules is what I've been told. We'll see if knockouts apply or whatever else is going on. But we've got some interesting pairings here out the gate. Steve Miller trying to get a grasp of Big Willie on the early stages of this one, but it doesn't look like he's moving much successful. Coney on the outside there, taking care of DJ Assassin. James Frost now scrapping up with James Commander, the former James Rowley. Silent Jordan now bringing it to Big Willie himself, and Dino D now getting a taste from the Commander as well. And some interesting pairings. There's going to be a lot of chaos here. Like I said, we saw Silent Jordan and Big Willie talking on the outside of the ring there, but it doesn't seem like any form of alliance came there. And now Big Willie going for some of the smaller targets. Might be a good strategy if he can just eliminate some of the cruiserweights. We know he doesn't have a great track record with them. Now, Big Willie, of course, has defeated a lot of talent, and he's been a top-tier talent. Hold on. Oh, on the chair! DDT on the chair there from Jacoba Coney. What an incredible move there. He knew where it was. Good ring awareness. As a huge spinebuster there on James Frost from the Commander, who's strutting his stuff. We knew he was always up for a party. A former Road to Glory winner. He's a tremendous asset to WIW. And an early cover here, as looked like there was a cover on the outside at least, but a quick kick out from Dino D from Tyler Jordan. And now DJ Assassin working with him for a double cutter. in the ring while Stephen Miller is taking control of Frost inside the ring. And in a match like this, you've got to pay attention to all angles. But it's important to have matches like this on the card to showcase the insane amount of talent. Like I say, some of these guys are former champions. Some of these guys only had a couple of months in WIW. But they are mainstays here in my heart. And that means the world to me that they all came back for an incredible show. Dino D there. Big plant on the outside. I didn't quite get to see it in the chaos. And the referee didn't see the pin until very late. But now look at Frost. Deadlifting and tossing Steve Miller over the head. A quick cover from somebody, but it was only a 2 count. And now, oh my goodness. Nearly taking his head off with the lariat, and Miller's in trouble. Oh, Ronitz in the outside to Big Willie. And DJ Assassin hit with a GTS, followed with a superplex. Another Dragon Rana on the outside. The camera's struggling to keep up. And a huge knockout knee from Steve Miller. Cover on the inside, Falcon Arrow. And Frost was nearly eliminated already. A chaotic start here. I'm trying to keep up with everything that's going on. And now Miller. Oh, we know what Miller's doing. Miller's going for the finish. Pile driver in the ring. A big GTS combo there. That could be the end of James Frost Knight. Oh, but he kicks out again. Huge kick out. He's taking a beating. He's cut open. But it looks like he's going to survive. Steve Miller bringing out some moves that we remember in that massive tombstone there. Now Frost with a suplex, but he's holding on for more, it looks like. A second one. This battle in the ring, we're saying a lot here. Miller and Frost really keeping each other in check here. Meanwhile, the referee was distracted. Didn't see the cover on the outside on Dino D from Coney, but it doesn't work. Oh! Drills his head down there on the apron. Beautiful move from Frost. Meanwhile, the Commander is bringing it to the big man. And now it looks like he may be going to help DJ Assassin. That's a pairing I could see work very well. Oh, big boot! Frost is cut above the eye, so he might be struggling to see. Superman punch from DJ Assassin here on Coney on the outside. And the referee is slow to react to some of these covers. Dino D now trying his luck with the cover. Can he get the first elimination in the match? Oh! Siler Jordan. Big move on the outside. Meanwhile, inside, big spinning maneuver there. Big Willie holding on the outside from Siler Jordan. Meanwhile, Commander going for a cover on Coney. 1, 2. Oh, he's still looking for the first elimination of this match. The crowd are heated up for this one. Cut the track from DJ Assassin on Frost. He's already taken a beating in this match. Meanwhile, Big Willie going for an old classic, maybe? Oh, big powerbomb to the outside. Well, Frost is taking some hits in this match, but he is surviving. Covers on the outside, Big Willie. Oh, went for a pop-up powerbomb in the ring. The Assassin saw it scouted. And he's looking confident. And this is a chaotic start. I'm sorry that if I'm making some mistakes here. I'm a little rusty. But also, there's a lot of action going on here. DJ Assassin's gone up to the top rope here to take out Big Willie, and it seems to have achieved his goal. Oh, and Big Willie does not look like he's had a graceful landing there. Maybe he was just posing up, who knows. Spinebuster on the outside by the Commander. Commander going for the cover. Could this be the first elimination of Steve Miller? No, it's not. And now a kendo stick's come into play, but Frost was quick to stop that one. Oh, Coney with a big boot there on the outside. Oh my God. What a maneuver. I haven't seen one like that before. And a big Falcon Arrow on the outside by Coney as he once again pairs up with the Commander. Big Superman punch to Big Willie. Tried to lariat. No, big spear. Good combo. The ref's in nowhere's land. Oh my God, look at Siler Jordan. Assassin saw it, caught him, and lands the big forearm. And Big Willie was nearly the first eliminated. But now there might be an elimination here. 2 count again. And on this one last night of WIW action, nobody wants to go home. Big DDT to Big Willie. And now Frost going up. Frost, what is he thinking? Huge elbow, but he misses. And now a submission on the outside. Solid Jordan has Stephen Miller in trouble. The referee is watching it as the chaos ensues around him. Is this the first elimination of the night? Big Willie with the powerbomb, which we saw off didn't get to see on camera. Oh, and Assassin taking a maneuver of his own. But Miller is able to escape that submission in that time. Frost was hit with the powerbomb. Is that enough to get him out of here despite the delay? Count it is. Frost is the first eliminated. And I'm sure he won't be too happy about that, but for him, well, he took one hell of a beating. He took every finisher in the book in that matchup. And Big Willie gets the first elimination, probably to the surprise of nobody. Oh, but look at this, Miller! Huge lift here, and onto the chair with the sit-out pile driver. But Big Willie does well to just claw himself away and make sure that he's not covered there. Miller, huge hit. Dino D with a big boss man slam, it looked like there. And the referee frantically trying to get over to the cover. Big knee! Is Dino D got an elimination? He has! Out goes James Commander, it looks like, and a big knee again. As Big Willie re-enters the fight. James Rowley, thank you for coming back. But unfortunately tonight was not your night, and he's trying to get out of here, but too many bodies in the floor. And look at this, Dino D and Assassin. Oh! They were torn together, but Dino D used it as a distraction. Wasteland slam. Referee is there, close enough to get the cover this time. But a huge kick out at 2. And Frost is making his way out here as well, but in the pile of bodies, he seems to be struggling to get out of here. And DJ Assassin looking on. He's trying to make sure that Frost is leaving here. Oh, maybe a bit of double team will work again. Despite the betrayal, Dino D and Assassin working well. Oh, but he's repaid him back now. He saw the betrayal and paid him back. Meanwhile, Big Willie trying to get cover first. Got it. Out goes Jacoba. Big spinning heel kick to Steve Miller. That could be him done now. Oh, he kicks out at 2. And the former Jake Griffiths unable to get... Oh, Silent Jordan catching him. Oh, but Big Willie uses his sheer mass to outweigh him there and make sure he survives. And the men are continuing on here. We are coming down to the last few. Look at Big Willie talking a lot here. He's looking confident. What's he thinking? Running power slam on the outside. Meanwhile, the strikes continuing from DJ Assassin, who is probably putting on a better performance here than many would have anticipated. Big strike. Uh-oh, Big Willie on Stephen Miller, who's already taken a few huge hits. The famous running power bomb. And Nunite Stephen Miller. Big Willie racks up another elimination with that huge power bomb. We know how devastating that move is. And he continues here in that vein. Sister Abigail, tribute to the late, great Bray Wyatt from Siler Jordan. And now Siler Jordan going for a submission here. With Big Willie kind of blocking the camera. He's politely moved to let this get the camera shot here. The Assassin is in trouble. We're down to a final 4 of Dino D, DJ Assassin, Big Willie, and Siler Jordan. Oh, and he powers out there of the submission. Who will stand tall in the Big Willie Big Invitational? Big Willie got him up. Oh, and a big punch. DJ Assassin there, planting him in the meantime. Referee trying to get a cover, but he's just trying to find space to make it. Oh, big kick out. Wait, what? Wait, Siler's been eliminated. But I think the ref just continued his count from Dino D, because Dino D kicked out. The ref went to stop the count and then just went straight to the 3. I'm not sure what just happened there, but DJ Assassin has just pulled off the huge upset, and he's just eliminated Siler Jordan. And just like that, we are down to 3. Big Willie, Dino D, and DJ Assassin. A huge final 3. Maybe not the final 3 that anyone was expecting. Look at this. Big Willie got them hugging each other in the corner. Now, Dino D and DJ Assassin have had a little bit of a friendly exchange here in the early goings. And DJ Assassin, I think, just cut open Big Willie. If they were smart, they would work together. He's the biggest threat in this match. They're both going to be aware of that fact. Oh, Dino D, though, was not heeding my warnings, and now he's going straight for DJ Assassin, who had the control, but it now seems to have lost it. And now Dino D wearing down the arms here. We're down to the final 3. These guys can slow it down now. Not have to look over their shoulder as much, but they still do have to worry about the looming threat of their opponents. But luckily, the ring has filled out now. The Siler Jordan thing was a very interesting one. It looked like the ref counted something separate, but... Oh, going for the running powerbomb again. This could be Dino D's night over. I think he even landed on the chair there. And he's out. Big Willie's dominance continues, and we are down to a final 2 that I don't think anyone was expecting. DJ Assassin of Revolution versus Big Willie. Can Big Willie hold off again? to continue his continuous dominance in WIW and close out the night the way that we remember him. The running powerbomb has already eliminated 3 people tonight. Oh, kendo stick shots, but Big Willie's not going down. He's trying his hardest to get the man down, but Big Willie just overpowering him. A huge height and weight difference here. And there's the break of the kendo stick. Never one to back down from a fight, either of these men. Can DJ Assassin, on one of his very rare solo appearances here in WIW, find a huge upset win in the Big Willie Big Invitational? Picks up the chair again. He's just wearing down Big Willie, which is a smart move. Big Willie, a man who's only got bigger in his time in WIW. And into the cover here. Chance to win the match. Oh my goodness. An Assassin nearly got it done there. Very, very close. And he's looking confident. Fighting on here. Big Willie is cut. He is hurt. An Assassin is also cut, but he seems to be holding control of this match and using the weapons to his advantage to keep Big Willie down. We all know how devastating the running powerbomb can be, so if Big Willie hits it, it could be well and truly over. Oh, it's Assassin trying to play the back and forth game, but it's not worked for him, and he's ended up on a chair. Oh, Big Willie trying to keep in control. Oh, big duck there. Oh my God. Massive headbutt by the Scotsman, a Glasgow kiss by every definition of the word. And what is Big Willie thinking here? What is he thinking? What is happening here? Oh, went for a running knee, but not enough there. And now DJ Assassin has a chance here to put Big Willie away again. But instead, he's taking the time to showboat. And we know he was a confident guy, but this is something we don't usually get from DJ Assassin. At least he would finish the job before celebrating. But now he's just, on this final night, just trying to get his name over with the crowd, it looks like. Big Famouser flips him over, cover, doing whatever he can to put this one away. Big kick out again from DJ Assassin's opponent, who is begging for this one to be over at this point. He seems confident, but Big Willie is still surviving. DJ Assassin's doing the right thing, staying on top of him, keeping control. That's all you can do against Big Willie, because if you let him have an inch, he will take a mile. And of course, DJ Assassin's not going to want that. This could be a huge lift for his career. Who knows, beating a name like Big Willie could launch him in other promotions as well. Big Willie, a huge name and a huge guy to defeat. A big chance here now to defeat him for good. Big Willie, no! Whatever Assassin was thinking, he wasn't going to get it. And now Assassin is in trouble as one more running powerbomb. Oh my God! I went silent there, ready to call the finish. But Assassin kicks out. And Big Willie looks frustrated there, and now he's going to find himself a weapon. There was a chair in the ring, but he finds himself one on the outside instead. Lays him out with his chair. And Big Willie now, you can see the frustration. Oh my God, no. With the pile of chairs there as well. Big Willie, no! Oh my God! Now imagine how much weight has just been planted down onto his back there. And a good chair shot for good measure. Now Big Willie feeling confident there, but looking like he's carrying a bit of an injury there. His arm is twitching. He's struggling to use it there. Big shoulder to DJ Assassin, but Big Willie struggling to fight on. And now looks like his arm is really struggling, and Assassin might be able to take advantage. X Factor. Whatever's going on with Willie's arm, he can't quite keep control. Can he kick out though? No, he can't. DJ Assassin has just pulled up the upset of the century. Big Willie with a clear injury. Whatever was going on there, he looks like he's broken his arm, and DJ Assassin has just pulled off the upset of the century. The Revolution star, who was a tag team guy, has just beaten one of the toughest competitors in WIW history. Big Willie maybe not ending his WIW career the way he would have liked, but DJ Assassin, well done, bravo. He deserved to win. He couldn't keep him down for that 3 count, but in the end, the X Factor was enough to get it done. He had the X Factor tonight and has beaten several of the top tier talents in WIW history. let's continue on down the rest of this stacked WIW card. From one massive showcase match onto the next one, we are moving quickly here because we know we have a lot of people to celebrate, a lot to showcase. But again, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. You guys have been amazing on the support of the announcement, the support of coming back on the roster. You guys have been tremendous. It sucks that this is the last time we get to see you all, but this is one hell of a way to get by. An interesting finale to the Invitational, to say the least, but indeed not the result that maybe anyone was expecting. We'll see what the results say now for this one as we move on to the Tag Team Showcase. And out first comes a very familiar set of pairings with Black Jesus and Damas, otherwise known as the League of Gods. Multiple-time Tag Team Champions. Damas, one of the more popular names in World Internet Wrestling from the start. A very extravagant man who's come out in his best dress here. I was loving the attire here from Damas. Very much improved from what he was once wearing. The former Greek golfer, of course, pairing with Black Jesus, who are lifelong friends. They've been working together for quite some time. Well, lifelong friends is a bit of a stretch. Let's, of course, not forget the origins of their tag team, where they were fighting with each other for a little while. But they have become good friends in that time, 5 years away from the WIW scene, but they continue to be at their best. And let's hope tonight that they're going to be, because tonight they've got a tough task. This is Tornado, and because in the interest of staving another half an hour into this match and dragging this one out for an hour, this match will be elimination. So the last tag team or the last person standing will be the victors. And the League of Gods, as I say, former multiple-time tag team champions, they will go into this one with the favorable advantage, I'd imagine. But they're not the only tag team champions in this matchup, and these would be the other ones. Peter Bolton and Alan Hart, otherwise known as the Ace of Hearts, probably one of the standout tag teams of Season 2 of WIW. Peter Bolton, of course, didn't have a lot of success in his early singles days, but you may remember, of course, he was the first Royal Rumble winner, Peter Bolton. He went on to main event Insomnia against Max Danger for the World Heavyweight Championship, but was unable to capture it. After that main event, he turned around to the GM and said, I want a tag team, and the tag team partner that was found for him was Alan Hart, the All Heart himself, and the Ace of Hearts were formed. They went on to dominate the Fight Night tag team scene, and they managed to become tag team champions. And they're looking confident and swagged up tonight, I must say. Everyone, I will say, has looked so much better. The 5-year difference really shows. You can see the difference in the attires, the presentation, the effort levels. They have been phenomenal. Like, how they look and how they're appearing. They've all worked on their look. They've all developed their personas. They've all changed in that 5 years. And it really is amazing to see. But another team, some of you may not be familiar with, but they were one of the top teams in the Revolution brand. That's right, another Revolutionee coming back. Merritt and Nux, otherwise known as the Order. These two made an instant impact in the Rumble, racking up a number of eliminations in the Revolution Rumble, of course, to crown the first Revolution champion, which has ended up being won by Amari Williams. But these two made quite the impact, and then they started working on the tag team scene. Unfortunately, Revolution never quite got enough airtime for these guys to elevate themselves to high levels. But Merritt and Nux, top team, top performers, and tonight they get a chance to show themselves on a much grander stage than perhaps they are used to. And it's always important, whilst these Revolution people may not be mainstay people of WIW, they were people who were working their way up. They were proving to be the guys. They wanted to be the future of WIW. So that's why it's important to celebrate their contributions to the brand, because they have been tremendous assets to WIW. The Revolution brand never got the light of day, unfortunately. It only had a couple of episodes to it, but it brought some top tier talents, as I'm sure Merritt and Nux will be looking to improve upon and show you today how good they really were. And that's what really is what this match is, a showcase of top tier tag team talents. And of course, there are many tag teams that unfortunately haven't made it tonight. You know, we've got former tag champions like the Chaos Twins, Oxley and Carter. There's loads of different tag teams across the way. But here's one that you may remember, and you can hear from the roar of the crowd, the fan favorites, Harry Austin and Death Lordicus, otherwise known as the Death Ninjas. Now, a team unfortunately never captured Tag Gold. They were on track to become Fight Night Tag Team Champions from the Aces of Hearts. They never got that chance, though, towards the end due to the shutting down of the show. But Death Lordicus and Harry stand out as the most unique tag team in wrestling. Of course, they did win an award for the glitchiest moment of the year, I believe it was. So they have some honors, to say the least. They may not look the part to a traditional team, that they bring their own set of unique skills to help them in most situations. And here we go, like I say, elimination match here. If you are pinned or submitted, you are out. Last man or last tag team standing wins. So in the key in a match to this kind of structure, you've got to keep an eye on your partner. It's important that you stay in the fight and that you're focusing, but you've got to make sure that you're worrying about your partner, because if your partner's eliminated early, as Peter Bolton might be here, just a quick kick out at one. If there is early eliminations and your partner is down, you're going to be doing the rest of the fight on your own. And look at it, straight away from Black Jesus going straight to work. He seems to be partnered off with Merritt. Peter Bolton paired off with Harry Austin, rekindling the Ace of Hearts and Death Ninja's rivalry. Now Death Lordicus stepping in on Black Jesus there, while Merritt has switched to Alan Hart, trying to score the cover on him on the early going, and that's a 1 count. Look at this, Death Lordicus just taking everybody on. The former man from Area 51, I believe, is what he used to be billed from, so good lord, it's weird seeing these guys back. Oh my god, look at Harry, off the bottom rope! Poison Rana off the bottom rope. How on earth has he pulled that off? There's quite a sizable difference there between him and Darmus, who is struggling in the get-go here. And Peter Bolton there with a suplex to slow down the momentum. A lot of tag team titles between the not between the Death Ninjas, excuse me, between the League of Gods and the Aces of Hearts. So you would probably favor them. If there was a favorite between those two teams, you'd say that the Ace of Hearts had the momentum coming out the back end of WYW, but that was a very long time ago. So now we'll see who really has the power to step up and produce. Big powerbomb there. Almost jackknife style there from Death Lordicus. Meanwhile, Harry in the ring, paired off. Oh, look at this! Harry Austin early with the gi! The guillotine in the middle of the ring! And then we got a tap. The referee's waving. No, and he's keeping an eye out. Meanwhile, Nux paired off with Alan Hart. You can't come and save him. What is Harry thinking? Super kick. Oh! And like a diving Phoenix splash, essentially. And now Harry going up top might be thinking of the main thing. And he is! That could be Bolton out already. His partner's in nowhere's land. Is Bolton eliminated? He kicks out at 2. And an early offset flurry there from Harry. Early domination from him. Bolton's going to have to fight his way back in here, and he's going to have to do it quick, because he's on the back burner in the early goings here. And this is also Falls Count Anywhere as well, so the pinfalls can take place on the outside, so you've got to be wary at all times. Meanwhile, Nux not taking that to heart, he's taking it to the ring, and he's trying to get the pin here on Black Jesus, who we know is a tough competitor and a tough threat. It's part of the reason why Death Lordicus wanted him to begin with on the team. And now Darmus, actually, speaking of, is in trouble here. Alan Hart has him on the barricade, and a big boot across the barricade. Meanwhile, Nux in there biding his time against Black Jesus, two of the strong men of the group, and now Bolton trying to get himself into that conversation as he goes to take Nux down. Couldn't quite. Black Jesus now trying to help. And meanwhile, on the outside, a little lock up there between Merritt, who is the more technical of the two, and Alan Hart, and taking out Death Lordicus at the same time. This is another one like the Invitational, a very chaotic match. And hold on here. Oh! Shining Wizard, and Merritt knocks him down. Following it, and meanwhile on the outside, spinning powerbomb. Black Jesus-esque there on the spinning powerbomb. And Peter Bolton now trying to score the cover on Black Jesus. Off at that Shining Wizard, going for it. Doesn't get it, I don't think. And meanwhile, Death Lordicus just pressing him there. Down onto the apron. Nux. Bolton was trying to take him down there with his knee. Couldn't do it. Went for a kick of his own. Couldn't do it. And then trying to be very smart in the ring there, them two. They've got the space, unlike everybody on the outside who are kind of piling up, getting in each other's way. And look at that, yeah, they're all just kind of trading strikes on the outside, including Alan Hart, who lands a big knee there. Meanwhile, oh, look who's turned up with a chair. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Black Jesus just hit Damas there. Good Lord. And now Harry using the chair to full effect to help out his tag partner. The Death Ninjas have established some control on the outside. There's a Hurricane Rana. And someone is busted open at this point. I'm not quite sure who, but I did see the screen flash red, and we all know what that means. That's always a good indication. Damas now looking for someone to pair off with, it looks like. He looks like he's bored, but he might have not been paying attention to Merritt, who was landing strikes, and he had a counter for him. And now Damas trying to take on two at once. Oh, look at the strength there from Def Lordicus. Deadlift power slam. No eliminations as of yet. Told you this is 4 top-tier caliber tag teams. Oh, look at this. Oh, sliced bread there. Very nicely done from Harry. Oh, and now trying to get Harry up. Oh, my God, he bounced off the barricade there. Nux wiping him out whilst Nux continues to try and deal with Peter Bolton. Tosses him back in the ring. Maybe was looking to do the same with Harry, but Harry said no. Went for a kick, but Nux had other ideas. And now Peter Bolton trying to take advantage, but Nux saw it coming. Meanwhile, Damas seems to have wandered off up the ramp there, whilst the All Heart, excuse me, from the Ace of Hearts, Alan Hart, is wiping him out. Black Jesus now, look at this, showing off his strength. We saw Def Lordicus doing this a moment ago, and now we're seeing it being done the other way. Oh, cover in the ring. Damas just trying to score an elimination on Nux. He doesn't get it. And now look at this. Oh, the spine buster. We're used to seeing that from Peter Bolton. And is that going to be enough to catch Damas off? His teammates going for a cover as well. On Harry on the other side. Oh, it's only a 2. And the Aces of Hearts nearly scored an elimination each. But now the Order trying to deal with them. Oh, big slam there by Nux. Oh, and Merritt getting caught in the pile of bodies there. And that's what you don't want to happen. You can get easily distracted that way. Lose the course. Oh, my God. And now Bolton once again looking for that shining wizard. This time to Damas. Cover on Damas. No rope break to save him. Damas could be the first one eliminated from this matchup. And he is. The Ace of Hearts taking care of one of the strongest threats in this matchup. Meanwhile, Def Lordicus now stepping up to Nux. And the Order standing tall in the ring. But now the Death Ninjas trying to deal with them. Big German there from Def Lordicus. Oh, Merritt flying out the ring. Not seeing his partners in peril. The Death Ninjas are taking control of Nux in the ring. And now, what is it? What is the big man thinking? Another big spinning powerbomb. Meanwhile, triangle on the outside. The referee's not paying attention to that, though. He's paying attention to the cover on Nux. And Lordicus only gets a 2. And Jesus now, the only remaining member of the League of Gods. One of the stronger tag teams in this one are down to just their last man. Meanwhile, on the outside, being worked on is Merritt by Peter Bolton. And Alan Hart, once again, the Order and Ace of Hearts seem to be pairing off here quite a bit. Harry and Def Lordicus intervening, but Harry right now is trying to deal with Jesus. And look at Alan Hart fly over the top onto Nux. He wipes him out. And so much carnage, and yet only one elimination, and that elimination is Damas, who you see wandering up the ramp there. And look at this, the strikes now with the chair to Def Lordicus, once again intervened by Peter Bolton. Right now, you'd have to say the strong favourites here are probably the Order. They've been looking phenomenal to start with. Oh my God. Oh, if he'd have gone the other way, he might have caught the stairs there, Alan Hart. A lot of exchanges between the Order and the Aces of Hearts. Maybe a little rivalry there that maybe I don't know about. But there seems to be a lot of tension. The Death Ninjas are both still in it, as well as keeping going on top of things. Trying to keep on top of Black Jesus is Harry on the outside. Atomic drop. And now sees a downed member of the roster in the ring. Harry now looking to try and put him away. Trying to put away Nux with the Phoenix Splash. But Nux saw it coming. And now Harry's in trouble. A much noticeable size difference there. And a series of chops might keep Harry down. Lordicus is in nowhere's land. Harry kicks out at 2. And now the Order trying to wipe out Harry. In trouble here. Running knee, no! Harry sidesteps. He saw it coming. Harry survives there, and that was what panic stations for him. Oh, and Harry was thinking of something, but Alan Hart interfered, got in the way. And now he gets out of the way, and now Harry might be able to do whatever it was he was thinking of. Sends him to the opposite rope. Oh, and Harry. Oh! Springboard cutter from Harry. Cover from Harry now. Is he able to put this one away and get rid of him? He is. Merritt is eliminated from the Order. And all of a sudden, a huge momentum shift. The team that was looking in most control are now down to just Nux. And Nux has looked great in this match. You have to say it. But he's now on his own. He is without a partner, as is Black Jesus. The only full remaining teams are Peter Bolton and Alan Hart of the Ace of Hearts, and Def Lordicus and Harry of the Death Ninjas. And now the Death Ninjas trading with the Aces of Hearts. Black Jesus on his own, but he seems to be doing okay. And now taking a moment to flex for the crowd, and that's the style of the League of Gods that we remember. And of course, most people will remember Darmus. He was the more flashier one. He had his own fragrance, Darmus, the fragrance by Darmus. He, of course, had his own talk show, Darmus, the talk show by Darmus. But he didn't quite lead the team as well as maybe he probably should have done. Canadian Destroyer on the outside. We all knew that the stronger member of the team was Black Jesus, and he's proving it here. Dragon Suplex, trying to spin into the cover. Harry's not paying attention. Def Lordicus is in trouble. It's a 2 count. He had faith in his partner there to deal with it. And now, what is he thinking here? Bolton getting him up. Crucifix bomb. Nux is behind him. He might want to pay attention. Powerbomb. He's going for the cover. Nux is going to let him do it. And Def Lordicus is out. Harry was held by Black Jesus there. He couldn't run and make the save. And now Harry's on his own. The only full team now is the Ace of Hearts, and now Nux. What is Nux think? Oh my god! What the hell? From a big man like that, you wouldn't expect to see that! And that was nearly the end of Black Jesus' night. The League of Gods were nearly out there on a huge maneuver from Nux of all people. 5 men in the ring. The Aces of Hearts are a full set, and they're the only full set. Black Jesus of the League of God remains. Nux of the Order remains. And Harry Austin of the Death Ninjas remains. Oh my god! Harry is bringing out some incredible maneuvers tonight. And Peter Bolton is up top now. Not something we're used to seeing from him. Oh, and Harry tried to take advantage, but kicked away by Bolton. And oh, look at that! They had to work together to try and take Nux down. And now into the cover. Desperately trying to get rid of Nux and the Order from this match. And it's only a 2 count. And now Harry gonna try and work on Bolton, but Bolton saw it coming, and Harry might have been caught slipping. Spinebuster. We've seen this end matches before. Is this going to be the night? It is. And the Death Ninjas are eliminated. Harry got caught slacking for a split second and was made to pay the price. And now we are down to 4. We are down to Peter Bolton, Nux, Alan Hart, and Black Jesus. And if Nux and Black Jesus were smart, they'd be working together here, because the Aces of Hearts have the control. They have the advantage. They still have their partner looking over their shoulder to make sure. And of course, this is what I'm saying. Alan Hart and Peter Bolton, they didn't straight away click. They didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. But they are certainly a great pairing, and that is why they became tag team champions as quickly as they did. Bolton was already showing glimpses at the end of Season 1 of greatness, winning the Royal Rumble match. And now the Aces of Hearts now having to combat this makeshift tag team, and they're being smart here, making sure that Nux, the big man who has probably been one of the biggest threats in this match, is keeping his distance and not letting him get any hits in. And now look at this, big boot across the face of Black Jesus. And now looking maybe for elimination. He needs it. If they can bring this down to a 2-on-1 against Nux, then Nux is in serious trouble. Or even vice versa, if they can get rid of Nux and leave it to just Black Jesus, then he's in trouble. But we've seen Black Jesus overcome odds like that before. Oh, and he's walked right into a chair shot. And Peter Bolton and Alan Hart are keeping control of the situation. These two are struggling. And what they need to do is make sure they stay working together, because if Nux and Black Jesus don't work together and they get caught scrapping with each other, then it is going to be all over. And they are not going to survive. Oh, caught the arm there into a submission. Peter Bowen rushed in with the clothesline and now might pay the price. Submission is locked in. Is he going to tap? It looks like he's holding on. Nux is not really wrenching as much as perhaps he should be. He's able to toss him away. Oh, the steps now across the face of Alan Hart, who's already bleeding. A lot of people are bleeding. Oh, wait, look at this. No, this is exactly what I was warning him about. You can't afford to not work together in a scenario like this, at least until the Aces of Hearts are down to one man each. Oh, no. And Jesus might have paid the ultimate price for it. Shining Wizard. That's starting to look like the new Ace in the hole to me. And with Nux nowhere to save him, we have ourselves a handicap match. The League of Gods are eliminated. Exactly what I said and exactly as I predicted. The second that Nux and Black Jesus turned on each other, stopped working together, things were going to go awry, and it looks like it has done here. Peter Bolton and Alan Hart are now 2-on-1 against Nux. They need to just pin Nux and it is over. How is Nux going to manage in this situation? Not like that, running straight headfirst into the steel steps. Well, the fan favorite teams are out, and we're down to the Order and the Ace of Hearts. Can Nux survive for long enough to survive this bombardment that he's receiving now at the hands of these two? And they're not even getting in each other's way. These two are a well-organized machine right now. I'm kind of surprised that these guys aren't teaming outside of WIW. Maybe they are. If they're not, they really should be considering it. Oh, he ran right into the spine buster. Mistake made. Rushed in, got carried away, and now look at this. Big punch, trading strikes between them. And now Alan Hart, what is he thinking? Oh my God! Count to 1,000 because Nux is out. What a display from the former and last Fight Night Tag Team Champions. The Ace of Hearts with an absolutely unbelievable display. They managed to take out all the opposition and win here tonight in this Tag Team Showcase match. And that is why they were one of the top tag teams in WIW history. Some of the strongest teams that we've ever seen in that match, and Nux, credit him, he put on an amazing performance. But I've never seen teammates work that well in a Tornado tag match like we just saw there. They knew what they were doing, they went in with a plan, and they executed the plan perfectly. A beautiful send-off for the Aces of Hearts in a brilliant tag match that'll live long in the memory of the WIW fans. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, we've had a chance to celebrate some of the top stars in the men's division. We've had a chance to celebrate some of the top stars of the tag division. And now we get a chance to showcase what was a very underappreciated division in WIW, the women's division. And two women have volunteered to come back and put on a classic that we know that they are able to do. First out, Katherine Albright, a very long-serving member of the women's division. Now, unfortunately, these were the only two women that we could have return. But of course, we will still love and remember all the former women's champions of Laura Stables, Sandra Piper. It's a shame that they haven't made their way back. But of course, we knew that not many people were going to respond straight away. It was a difficult time period. And of course, 5 years have passed. Not everybody is going to want to make their returns. But someone who's been flourishing in that 5 years, to my understanding, is Katherine Albright, making her way back to WIW. Hopefully in spectacular fashion tonight. She faces a very familiar opponent to herself. Of course, Katherine Albright had her moments on the Mayhem and the Fight Night brands, and she was looking to become a big breakout star in WIW. But it looks like she's starting to flourish elsewhere. Look how great she looks. She's in great shape. She is ready to go tonight. She's looking confident. But her opponent is someone who was only just starting to hit her stride at the end of WIW. A two-time Mayhem Women's Champion. You may remember her as Halie Bowen, but she is now known as Halie Ricci. And if you've heard the name Ricci before in WIW, you may piece together who her husband is. The former Mr. Money in the Bank, Franco Madman Ricci. And that is awesome. I can't stress how awesome that is. That 5 years down the line, finding out that 2 members of the WIW roster have ended up together in a relationship is insane to me. And I'm not saying that WIW played a part of that. Of course, WIW's been away for a long time. God knows what happened elsewhere. But again, the former 2-time champion stepping into the ring, the former Halie Bowen, is someone that we know can deliver, who was starting to deliver. She didn't have the greatest of starts to WIW life, but she has progressed and she has improved. And these 2 women, I am so happy they decided to come back and showcase what the WIW women's division was all about. And the referee getting in some order, and we are on the way. Bell rings, and away we go. And here we go, straight away, these 2 straight up locking up and trying to get the better of each other in the early exchanges. And these 2 women were predominant names in WIW, and of course, you may remember the former women's champions, and you will remember Halie Bowen, or Halie Ricci as she is now. Oh my god. Out the gate? Oh my god! Well, there's ways to start a wrestling match. There's lockups, there's a little bit of grappling, maybe some early strikes. How about starting the match with an apron pile driver to the outside? That is how you start a match, and Ricci mocking her opponent early on, but now she might want to pay attention as Albright using the ropes to get some leverage here to whip her around. What an opening to this matchup. That caught me completely off guard. Albright and Ricci scrapping off here. This is a match that these 2 both wanted to happen here tonight at One for the Road. And I'm glad that we got a chance to celebrate these 2 long-term serving women to the women's roster. And I've had some messages from some more recent women who have joined the community who have told me that, you know, WIW was a big part of why they wanted to be in court and why they wanted to be in other feds. And for me, that it means a lot, to be honest. I mean, of course, it was Blake Austin's vision, but for me, getting to commentate on these incredible women's matches just meant the world to me. And the women's division had some strong champions, of course. Laura Stables, Sandra Piper. There were many. We had a bunch of new up-and-coming women. Kava Kaiju, Brooke Versace, who I'm sure have gone on to do incredible things in the women's divisions of other companies. But these 2, we know, can produce at a high level. And Bowen, I'm getting used to calling her Ricci now, excuse me, flying in the early goings, and Albright is struggling to deal with the flurry of offense. Technical strikes, technical holds, flying off the top rope. Ricci has really mastered all areas of her game now. Look at this. Even a little bit of lucha style now as well. Albright is on the defensive, but she is holding up a defense pretty well. And these 2 trying to get some separation now. Albright trying to work her way back in with the early start from Ricci. There's strikes across the face there, and a good little combo there from Albright. And now look at this, crucifix. This is normal stipulation, normal rules. This is count out and disqualification, so they need to be careful. Moonsault there from Albright. And again, if you want to just see the development of these 2, look at their original gears, look at their original appearances. They have grown so much in 5 years, and it's amazing to see. This is why I'm so glad that we got to come back for one last WIW show to see what everyone has become and how far they have developed in the WIW scene. Oh my god, what is this? Oh my god! Drills it down onto the barricade, and now all of a sudden might be a counter. Oh no, Ricci doesn't want to end it that way. And still a bit of respect between these 2, which is good to see. Hold on a minute now, look at this. Oh, sunset flip powerbomb. And Ricci is looking phenomenal in this matchup. And it has been the same pretty much from the get-go. Ricci playing the attack, Albright playing the defense, but she needs to start getting some offensive of her own, or she's going to keep getting put into these situations where she's racing the clock to get back in the ring. And like I say, Ricci, probably the more successful of the 2. Albright was a longest-serving member, but a multiple-time champion was Ricci. By the end of things, Bowen took a while to get going, but correct me if I'm wrong, she was one of the last few champions of WIW in the women's division. And once again, using this maneuver to her advantage. The ropes seem to be helping her a lot here. Maybe she needs to try and keep this one in the ring. Maybe now starting to sense momentum is on her side. She's going to try it once again, and once again, Ricci doesn't have an answer for it. And maybe Albright now needs to start using her speed to her advantage, because clearly Ricci is struggling to keep up. Maybe a chance now for a momentum shift sent to the corner. Albright. What's she have in mind here? Oh, nice little scoop slam and walks towards the ropes. Sets herself up for something now, maybe. From the middle rope. Albright. Big drop kick. Jesus. You can see the impact there, the ricochet off of that and into the cover. It's a 2 count. And Ricci, what looked to be a dominant start, is now starting to step away, back to the middle rope, maybe thinking about it again. Ricci continuing to struggle when we get in the ring, perhaps while she's trying to keep her out of it. And now Albright has an opening here. What's she thinking? Oh, she hooked both arms, but Ricci saw it coming and turned it into an Alabama slam. Good counter there by Ricci, and now needs to try and re-establish the control that she's had from the get-go. Oh, look at this! Rear naked choke! Oh, and she couldn't keep it standing, but now the cinch-in is there, and now Albright is in deep trouble. We're not too familiar with the submission game of Halie Bowen, or Halie Ricci as she is now. I keep slipping in and out of it. You keep hearing me having to correct myself there. And there's the clothesline, and Albright's comeback is definitely starting to show. Double clotheslines, and there's the drop kick again. This is what I'm talking about. The speed difference here is ridiculous. Albright is staying on top of her with just pure speed. And now once again, hooking both arms, looking to plant her down. And once again, Ricci saw it coming. And this time counters with the clothesline. He's trying to land something big here to try and find herself a winner. Maybe looking to reapply that submission. But Albright saw it coming. The crowd starting to hype up here as we're getting into the later stages. What's she thinking here? Oh, might have been thinking cool switch. Instead, lands the bulldog. And now going for the cover, hoping that that's enough to put this one away. A huge win to stamp the end of her WIW career. Ricci kicks out. And of course, it's a shame that Franco couldn't be here tonight as a former Money in the Bank winner. The first ever and only, unfortunately, Money in the Bank winner. He won that in the Feast or Fired match. At the Revolution pay-per-view, he won the right to be in the first Money in the Bank match. And then he lost it. Excuse me? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. He didn't lose it. He won that match, and then he went on to win the ladder match, the Revolution brand. This is what I was talking about. Those people in the Revolution brand, you never got their light of day, but they showed their level anytime that they got to step into the ring with the main roster people. And now Katherine Albright starting to get some more control in this matchup. Ricci had such a strong start, but now Albright is finally starting to figure out where she's stronger in this matchup. And that's what it really was. It was a feeling out process for both women, figuring out their strengths and weaknesses. And Albright is starting to learn that the speed advantage and the agility advantage is what's giving her the edge. And now Albright might be able to find a winner here. She's trying again. Can she finally land it? No! And whatever she's going for, Ricci has clearly got it scouted. She is not letting her hit this move. Ricci, can she find a big move of her own now? Spins her around. Up on the shoulders. Electric chair. Drops it down. Electric chair driver. Cover now. Is that enough to put away Albright? It's a 2 count. And now Ricci taunting her a little bit. Realizing now that the advantage is in her hands. And now looking for a submission. Again, she already tried the rear naked choke a little while ago. Can the guillotine get the job done? And we've seen it being done in WIW before with the guillotine choke. These two putting on one hell of a show. Again, showcasing the amazing work of the women's division. One of the more underappreciated divisions, in my opinion, in WIW. It was always one of my favorites to record. Oh my God, drills it down there. And this is what I'm talking about. Using that speed advantage. Kick to the gut. What's she thinking here? Maybe looking for an axe kick. And she lands it perfectly. Ricci's in trouble, and I think Albright realizes it. Is this the cover? Is this the win? Yes, it is! What a victory! What a match! Caught her with the axe kick. Oh. Extending the hand, and a show of respect between these two. Thoroughly deserved respect. What a match these two put on. Thank you, girls, so much for coming back to WIW. An incredible match. And probably the underdog victory there. Ricci was looking the more dominant of the two, but eventually was able to turn it into a win. Katherine Albright, she found where her strength was, and she managed to find a way to pull off the win. An incredible showcase of the women's division, and a good end to the chapter of WIW for Katherine Albright. Let's move on down the rest of the card. an incredible night of action so far, and it only ramps up from here. A huge match, a huge rivalry renewed here for this matchup. Wolfpac and the Linebacks, they've only faced each other on a few occasions, but they have faced each other for high stakes for both Mayhem and Fight Night tag titles on occasion. These two have faced off in the biggest tag matches we've ever had. Kazarian Xander is the man on your left, because Patrick Green is the man on your right, and they are of course known as the Linebacks, one of the most successful tag teams that we have ever had in World Internet Wrestling. Traditionally flanked by their coach, Coach Wilson, who unfortunately couldn't make it here tonight on medical grounds, but he will be watching from home and I'm sure be coaching. The boys seem a lot more hyped than they traditionally were. For those who aren't familiar, former quarterbacks who were undrafted in the NFL draft when they declared, they found a career in wrestling with the hands of Coach Wilson. One of the most successful tag teams in WIW history, followed by probably the most successful tag team in World Internet Wrestling history. Multiple time tag champions of both Mayhem and Fight Night, both with their own single success in the hardcore title as well. David and Steve, otherwise known as the Wolfpac. Now, of course, we know that the leader of the Wolfpac, King Sam, will be in tonight's main event. He takes on the hero of wrestling, SDC, in what is a once-in-a-lifetime matchup that we cannot wait to see. But this is the complete opposite ends. This is a rivalry where we are looking for a determined winner to who is the true top tag team of WIW. And to make sure we get that, it is a tornado tag, no disqualification, no count out, 2 out of 3 falls match. The only rule is that the pins or submissions have to take place in the ring. Besides that, anything goes. So expect these two, who have lots of personal grievances with each other, to go to war at a top level tonight. Who will walk out the victors between these two heated rivals? Bell rings, and away we go. Two teams that help to build and shape the tag division of WIW. Look at this, Steve already going for an early cover on the power plant, and he doesn't quite get it. It's a 2 count. Remember, 2 falls required, and the pin needs to take place in the ring. Other than that, there are no countouts, there are no disqualifications. These two teams can do whatever they deem necessary to one another to get the job done, and early here, the Wolfpac taking control. Dave there planting him down. He's paired up with Kazarian Xander, who is getting an early cover on as well. Wolfpac have a clear strategy here. Get in, get out, get the fall as quickly as possible. And the Wolfpac, multiple-time tag champions. Xander and Green, probably the mainstay of Mayhem, but of course they are former Fight Night tag champions as well, taking them from the Wolfpac. These two teams have faced on numerous occasions, and tonight they are looking to put a rubber stamp on who is the true great there. Steve with a back elbow to the head, and now he and Kazarian Xander trading off in the ring, and he throws him up and tosses him away. And he's hyping up the crowd. These two, they like to get a bit more hyped as a team when Coach Wilson not at ringside. Wilson likes to keep them on the more serious side and keep them on objective here as they're starting to work their way back in after a very slow start. The Wolfpac, one of the most, if not the most successful tag team in WIW history. They've been our longest serving people. Dave and Steve were also with King Sam and Blake Austin in that first ever WIW matchup. They have been here since the beginning, and I'm sure they will be here till the very end of the show as well. It's sad that we had to let WIW go, but at least we know that there were loyalists to the very end, and they have been loyalists to an absolute T. And all of a sudden, they take control back again. Xander and Green, they've also been here for a very long time. New and improved uniforms by the looks of things. They look absolutely fantastic. And David and Steve, they look like I haven't missed a beat. They had looked like a tag unit that dominated the scene so long ago. One of the longest reigning sets of tag team champions, of course. They have been absolutely dominant. And now look at this, Steve leaving Xander for David. And David might be able to set this one up for an early finish, or at least get the first fall. Of course, 2 required for this one. But David and Steve have taken very clear and dominant control from the get-go. Green trying to come over and help his partner, but Xander looks like he's taking control himself, and it looks like Green's having the same success. And the Linebacks taking a minute to bask in their glory of taking control of the matchup. Oh, big counter there by Dave. And oh, it's Steve. Wasn't paying attention and he ran head first, or face first, into the sledgehammer, which he is now being beaten away with at ringside by Patrick Green. Oh my God. He is not stopping. Oh my God. Someone needs to save him. Oh! And David went for the save, but instead Steve is just getting beaten mercilessly, and Xander was able to block him and distract David, preventing him from making the save. Steve now trying to pick up the hammer himself, but Xander saw it coming. This is brilliant teamwork from the Linebacks to maintain and establish control. And now the bear hug on the outside. Remember, submissions and pinfalls do not count on the outside. So this is more of a wear-down tactic to hold him in place so his teammate can establish control and maintain control of Big Steve. The crowd are lapping it up here. Know how much history is in this match. These two have traded on numerous occasions. They haven't always been on the same brand. Oh God, and now David now with the sledgehammer. Oh, he tried to counteract it, but it hasn't worked out. It made him drop the hammer, but it didn't make him lose the match. Now the kendo stick being applied. Oh, no. Xander saw it coming. The Wolfpac looking shaky. Look at Xander. We don't see him go up here very often. Xander to the top rope. To David. What's he thinking? Oh, big double axe handle. Keeps it simple. That was probably for the best. Going for the cover. Steve trying to find his way into the ring. But his teammate didn't need the save off the double axe handle, luckily. Now they have a 2-on-1 advantage, but Xander with the kendo stick, leveling those up pretty quickly before David is able to take it. And now these two just working together to beat him. I think he might have caught Steve with the kendo stick, though. Little bit of a miscommunication between the two. David now trying to get it back to level peg, and a huge gut punch that brings Xander to his knees. And now a table has come into fruition here. Steve, big elbow in the corner. Dave trying to swoop him with a cover off the kendo stick shot. 2 count. And what is Steve thinking? Steve now looking for a pedigree, it looks like. On the stairs? Oh my God! Oh my God! On the steel steps! Oh, but it's a kick out. The steel step, sorry, there's steel ladder, excuse me. Pedigree right to the face. And the crowd losing their minds at what probably should have been the first fall of the match, because Ari and Xander was able to kick out. Patrick Green now returning to the ring as Steve picks up the table, but he's not paying attention to what's behind him, and he's planted down on the back and lands on the table that was propped up there for a second. And now once again more kendo shots to David, and the kendo stick snaps in half on the impact. And these boys have taken control. What is Green thinking here? And Xander gets, oh my God, punt kick, and that might be enough. Green tried to hold him, but he couldn't. And Steve was able to make the save. And oh my God! Dropping him on his head. Covered now from Patrick Green on Steven for the first fall. It's a 2 count. The Linebacks have kept and established control. And now what is Xander thinking? Dominator in the middle of the ring. David is in serious trouble. Steve is starting to re-establish control, but he needs to pay attention to what's happening to his partner. Oh, we've seen... Oh, Steve goes flying! But he might not have paid attention to Xander with a big shove to take out David. And David now in trouble. They've gone for the submission on the outside, but the rest of us are counting the pin. And David is down. Steve was not paying attention. And Kazarian Xander has just scored the first fall of the match. And now the Linebacks have control, but David trying to regain the equalizer. That famous pile driver to the knee. Quick cover to steal it back and to equalize the match. It's 1 apiece. 2 falls in quick succession. We are down to the final 4 as Steve is trying to keep control. A Patrick Green on the outside. Moonsault from David. Well, we knew this was going to be a close contest, but at 1-1, we might now be looking at the end. David trying to finish this off now with a package pile driver. I don't think he noticed that Green's waiting behind him. Pile driver. But he can't go for the finish. As Green is there, Steve now might take advantage of a down Kazarian Xander. Green trying to keep his teammate alive. He looks rocky. He is definitely out on his feet. Can Steven take advantage? Dave and Green were able to trade... Dave and Xander, excuse me, able to trade pinfalls in the middle of the ring. But now it's about who can finish this match off. An incredible matchup. Big elbow. And that's the speed matched with the strength of the Linebacks. All went for a knee and instead lands on the steel steps. And Steve now with a big DDT. So much action happening here. We knew it might come down to the final four, and it looks like it's going to. Who can get the upper hand? Looking for a weapon under the ring while Steve, the back elbow. And, oh, look at that. Once again, wailing in with the kendo stick shots. David and Steve really are in trouble at the moment, and David trying to help his teammate out and save him. Oh, face first with the electric chair drop. And David now trying to clean house on his own. All these two running into each other, trading the strength there, showing the power of both men. Into the barricade goes David, and then into the steel steps. Meanwhile, Xander and Steve running headfirst to each other, and Xander is able to get the better of the exchange. The crowd are on their feet here at one for the road. Xander and Green have taken control. They had the early lead, but the immediate response with the cover from David has brought this back to one apiece. And now, can someone find a way to seal the deal and get themselves a huge victory here in what would be one of the very last tag matches in WIW history? The weapons have come out flying. We've had chairs, we've had kendo sticks, had a glimpse of a ladder which Steve used to pedigree Kazari and Xander. The steel steps have come into play. So much action here. But can someone find the finishing touch to put this away? Xander now in the middle of the ring. Maybe going for a submission. Here he is, Fujiwara. Very technical stuff there, rather than the brute force that they usually apply. They've taken control. Dave is in nowhere's land. Steve needs to survive here, or this could be all over very quickly. Oh, big punt there. Into the middle. Dave re-establishing control on the outside. Meanwhile, in the middle of the ring, looks like a sharpshooter's been applied. Steven's in trouble. Reaching back here is Patrick Green. David trying to get in to save his partner, but to no avail. David realizing way too late that his teammate was in trouble. And the Linebacks, in what may be a shock to most, have just stolen a huge win. Xander and Green take the second fall, and they are successful in what was a huge tag team matchup. They finally closed out their rivalry with the Wolfpac with a win. And it seemed like they weren't always on the same page there for a moment, David and Steven. I think maybe that cost them. But they're not going to be happy with a result like this. A huge closeout win for the Linebacks to close out their chapter in WIW history. An incredible match, one that we will all remember fondly, but one that we have to move on from because it's time to move on down the rest of the card. And an incredible night of action is starting to come down to its last few matches. And what two matches to end an incredible show on. This is going to be an amazing one. This is a rivalry 5 years in the making. These two have been feuding for as long as I can remember. And they are two of the pillars of the Mayhem brand. And they are two men who are ready to lock horns here for one last time to settle the score. A match that was probably on the cards because I'm pretty sure Skeens and Foster were supposed to face at the next pay-per-view before the WIW shutdown for the World Championship. And now these two former World Champions will collide one more time, and at the request of both men, this will be a no disqualification matchup. Anything goes. Both men have agreed to that stipulation. And out first, the man who I once dubbed the Welsh Wonder Boy. He's no Wonder Boy anymore. The Welsh Dragon himself, Mason Foster, a former world champion, former European champion, one of the final members of the Royal Rumble match. He has done it all here, winner of the first ever Fatality match against former Justice member Lachlan. Mason Foster has been one of the pillars of WIW for a long time, a long-serving member, and a man that I am proud to have on the roster. He was a big part of WIW the first time round. He was a big help behind the scenes as well. Many of you won't know, the level of contribution that this man provided to WIW. And for him, we, in exchange, provided him his first opportunity to step in the ring, and he has thrived from there, and I can't thank him enough for his contributions. Another man who you can't help but thank for his contributions to WIW, the former world champion, Brad Skeens. He may have got the title by nefarious means, but he's another one who proved his trade. He worked at every level, the European scene. He lost the belt to Mason Foster. At the world title scene, he lost it to Mason Foster and was on track to win it back. I'm not sure if he was the final world champion, actually. My memory is a bit fuzzy, bear with me, it is 5 years ago. But these two have had such a storied history. Everywhere you look, their championship history, their matches history, it always seems to come back to these two. The former Justice leader, out on his own tonight. Can he get the job done on his own? That was always the thing. Foster always believed that Skeens needed help to get the job done. Tonight, no excuses, no complaints. These two will lock up one-on-one. Who is going to stand tall to end this terrific rivalry? Bell rings, and away we go. And look at that, straight in with grapples. Neither of them were going to waste any time. Two men with so much animosity towards each other. We knew that it was going to come to this. And Foster out the gate is taking it straight to Skeens. And as you can say, has built up a lot more mass there, Mason Foster. He's a very much heavier competitor than he once was, and is using that new heavyweight power to his advantage. Skeens, meanwhile, was kind of kept a very similar physique to his old WIW form. Both men, you can say, look significantly stronger than they were. But Skeens was never much for the powerhouse side of things, but neither was Foster, and he has adapted his game to change it. Quick cover here. Looking to get this one done early, and Skeens wouldn't that have been embarrassing for Foster if he did get caught there with the knee and caught slacking with an early cover. And Foster landed the first blow, but currently the most blows being landed by Skeens, who is flying out the gate here. And Foster is getting bombarded with strikes, and I don't know if that was what exactly he was preparing for. Skeens, look at this. This is what I'm talking about, the animosity between the two. Raining down punches and strikes. These two have a distinct hatred for each other. And this is what I'm talking. They have so much history with each other in the European scene, the world title scene. These two always seem to find a way back to each other. And again, I've not been one to follow other companies, but from my understanding that this isn't the WIW isn't the only place that these two have locked horns. And these two, I think forever in WIW, will be linked synonymously with each other. And I'm glad that we get to see this unfold here at One for the Road. We've had an incredible night so far. And I'm hearing, for after this match, Blake Austin, the general manager, and the chairman, oh my God! The chairman will have words to say, maybe to celebrate the WIW. And Foster is caught open early, and that is a lot of blood. Foster is in trouble. Early cover, and a big kick out from Foster. The one thing we know Mason has is resilience, and a lot of power to match that resilience is now on display. Skeens, of course, we know his biggest weapon in his arsenal. You can say what I will about how he used to use his old gang members of Nathaniel and Lachlan of Justice to get what he wanted, but there was one thing that no one could ever prepare for, and that was his spear. Because it's not your traditional spear. It's not one that needs a charge up or a run up. At any moment, from any distance, he could land that spear and end the match, because that was the power that Skeens had. He was confident in the move. He knew how to use it effectively. And right now, he's using the stairs to full effect. Foster is off to a rough start here, and Skeens is on a slippery slope. He needs to make sure that he can keep control, because Foster wasn't going to let him keep it for long. Alabama slam. Now Foster, first to use the weapons here, no disqualifications. And the stairs proving to be a good equalizer here tonight for most people. That's continuing to be the case. And now Foster needs to stay in control, needs to stay in advantage. That cut above the head, every time it's targeted, is doing significant damage. Oh, not being allowed to pick up the stairs. Took his eyes off the prize, and Skeens has made him pay for it. Skeens now, maybe thinking about using the stairs himself. He brings him into the ring, but Foster saw that coming, and he took a separation. Oh! And baited the dive. And look at this, the back and forth between the two, trying to get one up on each other. Oh, and the stairs being pushed away there by the ref. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. With the pop-up spear. Cover now from Skeens to wrap this one up early. 2 count.
And you couldn't imagine that Skeens could have got any closer there as Foster's tried to get some breathing room. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute now. Is that who I think it is? Oh no, it's a repeat. History repeats itself. AD Nathaniel, the former Justice member, taking advantage of the no disqualification stipulation, and he wipes out Mason Foster. And this was the problem back in the day. Mason didn't get any backup. He couldn't get any support. And this is exactly what keeps happening. He keeps getting attacked by the Justice members. No Lachlan, interestingly. Just AD Nathaniel. And Skeens watching on, laughing as his opponent is getting wiped out. He already had him under the cosh. And I think now he might have just secured his own victory. Oh no, and Nathaniel continuing to lay the beat down on him. Foster's already bleeding. He's in trouble. And Skeens are just watching on as the former Justice member wipes him out. While they haven't teamed together in a long time, but clearly the friendship is still there. AD Nathaniel watching now as Foster gets wiped out with a spear. And look at these two lapping it up. It's Priest. Oh, what? Wait a minute. The lights have gone out here. What the hell's going on? Wait, what is this? Who is that? Wait a minute. What is happening? The wipeouts here happening on Skeens and Nathaniel. Is that Malcolm Black? Malcolm Black from the Revolution brand. And correct me if I'm wrong, that's Bruiser Brad. A former tag team with Big Boss, but no one that I can associate to Mason here. What the hell? Well, regardless, they've come to Mason's rescue here. Mason's rolled out to recuperate for a second. It looks like I can see him from the opposite side of the ring. But Nathaniel wiped out and taken out by the muscle of Bruiser Brad. Meanwhile, Malcolm Black throwing Skeens back into the ring. Remember, no disqualification. This is all perfectly legal. And Skeens, for the first time in WIW history, is getting his comeuppance. The multiple people attacks have come back to bite him, as it's looking like now, as Foster gets back to his feet, that he has control. And now Foster wiping out Skeens, or at least attempting to land the final blow here. Nails him there. And the referee quick to make the count. And Foster wins it. Unbelievable. Mason Foster has just been helped by two people who I don't think he's ever even interacted with in WIW history. I'm sure there's history here that I don't know outside of the company. But Bruiser Brad and Revolution's Malcolm Black have just helped Mason Foster defeat Brad Skeens. The numbers game came into play, but for once it was on Mason's side. Well, I have no idea what on earth has just happened. Mason gets a huge win, but with some help for some friends. No time to dwell on it. The GM's on his way out here. Let's see what he says. Well, it looks like Malcolm Black and co have cleared out the ringside, and they have left. I'm not sure what that was about, but as I've said, the GM is on his way. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and applaud for your chairman of WIW, who's coming out here to say his final goodbyes to the brand that he created. Blake Austin is here, and he is here live. He was struggling to decide whether he wanted to do this live or not, or post a video separately saying his goodbyes. But tonight, this was a celebration of his creation. And whether you love Blake Austin or you hate him, he did some outlandish things in the WIW days. It was his vision that brought everybody here tonight to show what WIW was all about and to bring everyone together for one last celebration. And tonight he's going to be saying goodbye just before the main event. I thought maybe he'd close the show with a speech, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Look at him there, he takes a minute to pause. I think he's just soaking it up for all of this. And once again, I can say thank you a million times, but the person who needs to be saying thank you is the chairman. And that is exactly what he's here to do tonight, to thank you all for an amazing show, for an amazing card, for an amazing roster, and for being amazing fans all this year. So now I'm going to shut up and stop talking for once, and I'm going to pass it over to the GM, who, as I'm sure, has words to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
for what has been an amazing reception, amazing crowd here tonight, and an amazing overall experience. Coming back, I didn't think we'd ever get back to this point. But to see such a great response from you, the people on the announcement video, to see such a great response from the former WIW employees, I'm speechless, and it means the world to me. WIW was a vision, but it was a vision that we all shared. It was the one that we all reveled in. It was the opportunity for us to make something of ourselves and to make something bigger than ourselves as well. And I thank every single member of the WIW roster for their continued service, even turning up tonight. There was no reason that you even should have seen that announcement video. And yet, the fact that you did, and you all jumped on board, and you all straight away messaged me with saying how much you missed WIW and all of the greatness that you've had from WIW. And I'm so happy. And please, anyone who hasn't reached out tonight, I know there are so many more of you, please feel free to reach out. I want to hear all of your stories, even if you're not here tonight. I want to know what happened to you. I want to know the successes that you all came, because I know that each and every member of the WIW roster was destined for greatness. And whilst we're on the topic, I think there's one more thing to say. See, in that announcement video, I lied to you all. And I apologize for that lie, but that is for good reason. The reason being that I wanted to finalize every single thing and make sure everything was in place before I said these words, not to disappoint you again. But now, I'm in a place where I can confirm that. Drumroll, please. WIW will be returning. That's right, I may have led you all on thinking that this was a one-off show, but you should have known that I was never going to leave it there. I always wanted to bring this back, and tonight was just the first of many. We're bringing WIW back. Maybe not as you remember. Mayhem and Fight Night will return, but again, not a split brand. We will get into more details later, but tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to reveal to you all that we're back. Thank you all so much for coming with me on this journey. It means the world to me. And if those guys want to stick around, great. And if people wanted to just treat this as a one-off, then you do that. But WIW is back. One of the best promotions in professional wrestling will be reopening its doors in 2024. So stay tuned, keep your ears peeled, because we are coming back. Now, I think I've said my piece, and I think I've rattled you all up enough. It's time for the main event.
After an amazing night and a huge announcement of the return of WIW, we are finally ready for what is going to be a huge main event, and here he is. A man that we have had since the very beginning of WIW, or at least in its earlier days at least. He came in, he made a huge impression in his first match in the company, a very quick and very decisive win, and he would go on to forge a legacy of one of the top names in the company. He may not have been a multiple-time world champion, he may not have been a multiple-time champion to his regard. However, we all know the quality that SDC brings. He was in that main event spot for a long time on the Mayhem brand. He never quite made it to the big time. But SDC, we know, is an incredible talent. And now 5 years later, down the line, he gets a dream match that he has been begging for an incredibly long time. And I know that his opponent has as well. King Sam and SDC, two people that have desperately wanted to have this dream match in WIW. Tonight, closing out an epic show following the return announcement from General Manager Blake Austin. Huge announcement, huge moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy to be back on this commentary desk for World Internet Wrestling. More details on the return to come very soon. But tonight, One for the Road closes out with, let's be honest, its biggest name. World Internet Wrestling has had loads of people come and go, but since the WYW days, this man has been here from the very first match to its very last, and he will continue to do so in the rebrand of WIW. The rerun, the repeat, whatever you wish to call it, you know this man will be here. The leader of the Wolfpac, one of the most successful world champions we've ever had, the first ever double champion, He is done it all here in WIW. King Sam is here. But there is one match that he has been craving more than anything. And this is the match here tonight. A main event spot for two main event caliber fighters. And I, Darren Jacobs, am thrilled to be back commentating on a match like this. King Sam and SDC, the hero versus the king, the Wolfpac leader versus the hero of wrestling. It is all happening here tonight's main event. It's been an incredible card so far from start to finish. And I'm sure that once we are back up and running, we've got many more amazing matches to come. But for tonight, this is our huge main event.
A main event that we've all anticipated, and before the bell rings here, a little bit of a stare down between the two. And extending the hand to SDC. And SDC obliges. This is a friendly rivalry as much as it is a rivalry. They just want to find a winner. So let's see who's going to be the one to do it.
And a nice bit of respect before we get ourselves on the way. And these two are ready to go. Locking horns for the final time tonight. And oh, an interesting move to start with there. Hammerlock suplex. And SDC is coming out the gate here very strong. Important to notice here, as we kick this off and SDC takes early control, no Steve and no Dave. Of course, they already had their own match tonight in their massive 2 out of 3 falls match with the Linebacks, and that was one for the Asians as well, showing off the two of the best teams in the tag team division. We've had some incredible matches tonight, and to be honest, I just want to take this time personally now to say thank you, everybody, for coming back. I know it's been a long time, and you lot were asking for a show like this for a long time. Oh, quick cover there off the snap suplex, but the ref's calling the rope break. We've been calling for a match like this for a long time, and I can't thank you guys enough for coming back to do this show. Even if you guys are just here for this one show, it means the world to me that you lot have come back to just see WIW in its glory. And we hope to bring you more as the restart happens. And SDC now getting crazy off the start here. King Sam, I don't think, was quite prepared for this hot start here. And King Sam wiped out with a crossbody from the top rope. SDC coming firing out the gate. We know he could. We know he's got an incredible moveset in his arsenal. He's got that huge running knee, which can cause problems. We've got, oh, a massive powerbomb there from King Sam. We know King Sam, of course, prone to the submission game. His finisher, the crossface chicken wing, one of the most lethal ones in WIW history. Of course, King Sam, a multiple-time world champion. He's been on the main stage. Even Blake Austin himself has tangled with him at one of the biggest shows at Insomnia. Of course, SDC was in a triple threat at WrestleMania. The Insomnia, excuse me. I don't know where I got that from. He was in a triple threat at Insomnia for the European title. He's been there. He's been about the block, and he knows what he's doing. SDC is a top-tier competitor. And maybe now with the relaunch, he gets a chance to rewrite the wrongs from his past and move himself higher up on the card where we know he belongs. Right now, he is putting on a masterclass here. King Sam has had very little to no offense to speak of, and SDC just continuing in that same vein. And now look at this, a double punch here. And now what's he thinking? Early move here. Package powerbomb. Huge move there. Into the cover. Oh, and SDC nearly steals one very early there. King Sam is in a lot of trouble. What's SDC thinking here? Oh! 630. Oh my god, this is looking like a whitewash right now. SDC, oh, might have been looking for the injustice to finish this one off. Instead, King Sam wiping him out there with a final cut. King Sam keeps himself alive, but he is struggling. Maybe in those 5 years he's been relaxing a bit. We know, of course, he signed an exclusive contract to WIW all those years ago. He hasn't really worked anywhere else. Maybe he's let his training slip. Well, hold on a minute now. Going for something big. Hooking both arms. Oh! Drilling his head down there with a massive pile driver. Cover from King Sam to take this one after all of that. And it's only a 2. And it probably only warrants a 2. The first real bit of offense that King Sam has got in this match. But now maybe he can use that as a launch pad to turn the tide in this matchup. King Sam, we know he's got that resilience in him, but we know that SDC does as well. 2 men refusing to back down and fighting for the very first time in this company. T-bone style suplex from King Sam. And now taking the time to gloat, but he's not paid attention to where SDC is. Oh! And his head ricocheted off that post there. Did you see that? all of a sudden, King Sam's in danger. That could have concussed him there. And SDC looking to take advantage with a massive powerbomb. Bridge to the rope break. And SDC is in complete control of this matchup, and he knows it. Sam trying to fight back. Good block there on the kick. Sam now looking for a suplex of his own. But once again, SDC has an answer to it. King Sam doesn't let him go from behind. Huge running boot there from King Sam. These two trading strikes now. Sam off to a really slow start in the match, but he's finally starting to find a rhythm. That huge pile driver. Oh, and Sam, you're starting to see a bit of anger creeping here as he flips off the camera and is now looking for something a bit more here. Off the top rope. Huge dive to SDC. And you can see the people in attendance. They are losing their minds at the sight of this match. An incredible main event we've had so far. And look at this. Sam now just on wailing punches and elbows. I think the frustration is starting to creep in from King Sam in this matchup. I don't think it was quite as easy as he was hoping for now. Maybe Sam thinking of a count out? In at the count of 3. Resets the count, in fact. Maybe not quite thinking that one just yet. Once again, T-bone suplex from King Sam. This hasn't been the best showing from him, but now he's starting to get his nastiest side out, and it's really starting to pay dividends. SDC is struggling. And look at this, continuous kicks to the head yet again there, and once again drilling his head down on the mat. And this is really dangerous stuff. Oh! Into the stairs, and SDC, he's what looked to be strong dominance in this match is now starting to slip away, and King Sam is starting to take advantage of that fact. Thinking now what is the next step? He has to think carefully. Big chop there, big kick to the gut as well. What's he thinking? Brain buster on the outside! King Sam now needs to be cautious of the count. I don't know if he wants to end this one on the count out, but he might need to reset it regardless. Count of 8. Oh, and SDC's back in at the count of 8. Sam, I'm sure to follow. SDC getting caught taunting as well now, and King Sam to take advantage. Oh, went for the backhand. Couldn't get it. And right now, this is a 50-50 contest. But King Sam has regained control after a very slow start. And a cheap shot to the eyes there might be enough to try and catch him off guard. King Sam into the cover to win in the main event. Huge kick out from SDC. And Sam now trying to get him away from the ropes. It looks like maybe now we'll be thinking about the chicken wing. And he's lining it up. SDC in a lot of trouble here. This could be the end of the night. Oh, wait, no. He's going back for the pile driver. King Sam drills him. Huge. SDC cover. He's in trouble. Can he find a way to power out? He can. To the disbelief of King Sam, he has kicked out. And King Sam couldn't put him away. He tried it again, and he couldn't do it. And now King Sam looking for something else, maybe. Huge bicycle knee. We know he's prone to that one. And now following it up, looking for maybe a mid-rope splash, perhaps. Calling SDC back to his feet. He has taken control of this match. Oh, but a big miss there. Oh, and SDC says enough. What is SDC thinking? Big DDT! And he cuts open the head of Sam. Sam got caught getting too cocky and now might pay the price. Big suplex as well. SDC taking control. And King Sam cut bad. He's dazed. And SDC needs to stay on top and maintain the advantage. Big strikes coming in. And a kick to the head. What a main event this is turning out to be. SDC still looking for a big move to put him away. He's had the majority of control, but King Sam had a huge momentum shift there. Almost putting it away with that pile driver, and he couldn't quite finish it off. SDC now, big knee. What a matchup. And right now we're starting to look like we're starting to see the end of it. King Sam is in a lot of trouble, and I think SDC is starting to realize that. He's slowing it down now, trying to just wear that last bit of head, just to try and make sure that he is ready for this pinfall when it comes. Big knee to the head, though. King Sam finds a way to get himself out of there. And a big kick again, trying to just create that separation. King Sam in a lot of trouble, but he's staying in the fight. Sam now, what's he thinking? Sam thinking of leaving, maybe? Maybe he's had enough. No, he just takes his time before resetting the count. Went for a headbutt. Might be paying the price for it, though. SDC plants him down again. Huge maneuver. This could be it for Sam. Oh, my goodness.
And this late into the match and this deep into things, SDC at this point is in control, but he's got to be wondering at this point, what does he have to do to put him away? That cut above the eye is really bad now for Sam. Oh God, to the point he can't even see. And he's just wiped out the referee without even realizing. And SDC goes for it again, drills him down onto the apron, but the referee is down. Sam's just had a lifeline there despite the mistaken... Oh, wait a minute. No. Boys, you don't need to be here and ruin this. Sam is alive still. This didn't need to happen. The Wolfpac sensing that a rescue needed to be made because Sam is struggling here to keep himself alive. Wait a minute! SDC! He saw them coming down the ramp. He had time to react. And now all of a sudden he's bringing the fight to the Wolfpac. Well, whatever the boys were planning to do, I don't know if they were going to rush in. But they've certainly changed their tune now. Because all of a sudden the attackers have become the attackees, and SDC drills him down as well for good measure. Oh, but wait, no, there's too many of them. And SDC now about to be met with a pedigree from Steven. And all of a sudden, in the middle of things, right when he's in control, when it's looking bad, and now he's looking like he's going to get hit again. Oh, Sam says no. Sam says no more. And you question if Sam even wanted him out there in the first place now after seeing that. Bit of tension between... Wait! No, Steve! Don't do this! That's your friend! No! What is happening? I thought you came out here to help him. But he's just wiped him out. King Sam's been wiped out by his best friend of nearly a decade, and Steve's tossed him back in the ring. SDC is back up. But I question how much he actually even seen of what's just happened. Sam in a complete daze. And oh my God, no. This surely is the end now. SDC calling for the end. Drills him down one more time. And a completely baffled King Sam is defeated in the main event. What did I just see? Steven of the Wolfpac has just cost King Sam the win here. He was already struggling, but what looked like an attempt at a save to help him survive the match has just landed an ambush and a pedigree for both men. SDC wins, and again, I'm not sure how much he knows about what's just occurred around him, but I think he's not going to care. For now, at least, SDC, the hero of wrestling, has just slayed the king of wrestling in the main event. Regardless of how he's done it, it's a huge win for him. But with WYW returning, this leaves so many question marks. Is the Wolfpac done? Coming into the return 5 years later, are they officially done? What does King Sam have to say about all this? And what will SDC react when he sees the way that he's had to get this win? I mean, I'm absolutely shocked and stunned, and this is one hell of a way to close the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming back. Be sure to like and subscribe because we've got plenty more WIW action coming your way. That's right, it feels so great to say that. Like, subscribe, because we're back, baby. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Peace.